technical specification, details about fiber optic cables, then fiber closure buses, fiber terminal buses. All these things, I'm still going to show us the picture so that we have uh, knowledge and be able to see it. Then we have the fiber splinters and connectors. The network diagram is just a visual representation of this optic fiber network, including topology and how this thing is being arranged. So I'm still going to explain. Then we talk about the installation guides and the troubleshooting. I made mention of that. These are just the types of fiber documentation. Then we talk about the material, like I said, the tools, the material, or the equipment used in carrying out fiber documentation. Number one, we have the fiber optic cable. These are the pictures we can see on the screen. This is just the physical one. Then this fiber optic core has different, they are in different sizes. We have 144, as you can see on the screen. We have this 96, we have this. It depends on the one you need, and it will determine the one you will go for. Then the next slide says, this is the fiber closure bus. These things, this material, the equipment are used in fiber documentation. So we need to know or get an idea of this first before we go into the main stuff. So we can see the fiber closure, and this is the physical one. And we also have the fiber terminal bus. You can see it being mounted on pole. Then this splinter, fiber splinter, it's come in different form. Previously I showed us the closure bus and the terminal bus. Inside those buses, we have this, we have this, we have this. If you look at this now, the fiber splinter 1x2, meaning that one is going in, and you can see the output. This is the input. We can see the output. 2 is coming out. That is why it's called 1x2. If you look at this, 1 is going in. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4. That is why it's called 1x4. So if you look at the last one, 1 is going in, and if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 1x8. Then now we move to the topology, the arrangement of these components, the arrangement of this equipment. This is the data center. The equipment we can find there, we have the router, the switches, the OLT, optical line terminal. These are the things, it will be well configured there, and it will be transmitted. I showed us the closure bus. Maybe I can still go back to refresh our mind. This is the fiber closure bus. So immediately, signal move from the data center, which is this transmitting point. It's moved directly to the closure bus, and inside that closure bus, we have the splinters, all these things inside there. So once we have it, it will move directly to the fiber terminal bus, which is this, and everything will be arranged there. And the last one is the receiving end, which is the customer home or optical network terminal, which is the modem we put there. And this is just the arrangement. And the next one is this. Let me quickly remove this. Close it. So we have this. Let's quickly see how fiber splinter function as step-down transformer. Everything we have shown about the splinter there, they act as transformer, step-down transformer. I would like to explain a bit of this. So the signal moving from the data center, which is the transmitting point, it can either be +3, +2, +1. It depends on the signal we are receiving. Then the fiber will move directly to the closure bus, which is where the splinter will be. Like I said, let's move to this. Let's say that inside the closure bus, we have splinter, like 1x2. So then it will move to the next one. It can be inside the terminal bus. It can be 4, it can be 1x4 splinter, At the end, it can be 1/8, as we can see on the screen. Now, if you look at the calculation, let's quickly look at and have a clear picture of what I'm talking about. Now, if we're having this, for example, from the ONT, which is the data center, we're having positive dB, decibel. Then we move inside this splinter 1/2. That means we are going to have a -2. So once you remove it, then maybe we are using 1/4 like this. Then it's going to be 1 minus 4. 1/4. Maybe at the end, we have this. We can see. So if you do the calculation, +2 minus 2, it will be 0. Are we together now? If it is 0, then -4 minus 6 is going to give us minus 12. It's going to give us -12. Then we know as human, we are not perfect. This is the output we are expecting. We are not perfect. So doing splicing, joining the splinter together, there is going to be losses. So in that, so at maximum output we are expecting, using this splinter, we are expecting like minus maybe 16, 15 or so. So it depends on the perfection of the technician working on the splinter. Then there are different types of software we use. But in this presentation, we are going to focus on the FlowSoft. That is why we are gathering here this morning. And for this fiber documentation, like I said, we need to know the meaning and how this fiber documentation works before we talk about the efficiency and the efficiency it's produced for customer onboarding or support. The next slide shows fiber documentation on FlowSoft application. We can see all these buses we are looking at, like a terminal bus. Like I said, let me use the word terminal bus that I used earlier on. We can see the buses here. We can see the black. We can see, so it just depends on the one you want to use, the color. So now we can also see something like red, all these things. So telling us that the client connected to this particular days, they are offline. Are you getting my point? So this, everything I've shown you physically is possible inside this application, software application, FlowSoft. Now let's move and have a bit of, let me play it. We can see now, it's coming on, it's coming up, it's coming on, it's coming up. So showing that the client is offline. Now this can help to enhance efficient customer onboarding. So without technician moving or even the customer knowing him or himself or herself, we can easily detect this on this particular software. Then before even calling the customer this and this, it can easily be resolved. There are some that can be resolved remotely before calling the attention of the technician, or sometimes we call them, you can go. Even when the customer see, I didn't even know my system, my network is off. So this software will enable us to get it before the customer even get to know. Now we can see this now. It's coming on, it's coming off. Then let's move to the next slide. This is our next slide. Now the green is an indicator for online customer. You can see now, you can see that, okay, there's green there. Now we're trying to look at other pop. See, the green, the customer is online. The red telling us the customer is offline. So before the customer put a call through to our customer representative, it has already been solved. You see that we send technician there and they resolve it. Then that is it. This is another pop telling us the same thing. This customer is offline and this and this. So the next one. So reason for fiber documentation. So now we want to know why we need fiber documentation. Faster troubleshooting. Documentation enables quicker identification and resolution of issues, and is going to reduce downtime. The time that the customer will be down, that will be offline. So it's going to reduce it. And it also help in maintenance. How? When you go physically to the street and see the way cable are being laid, and with fiber documentation using the software, FlowSoft, you can easily detect the right location, and you just send the technician directly to the particular location. This place is having issue. Instead of using guesswork, instead of using human brain. And sometimes, as a technician, when you get there, you trying to use multimeter and this, and it wastes time. The signal is inside this terminal bus. Let me try to check this. And before you know, you are using like 6 hours. And as we know, internet data is like oxygen to us in this generation. A minute like this, customer will start this. So this will also reduce and give efficient onboarding and also support to um, to our customer. Conclusion: fiber documentation is more than a record keeping task. It is a strategic tool that improve, number one, customer experience. So giving a call directly to the customer, your network is down, unknowing to him or her. It was like, how did you even know? So this thing will make them to know, okay, this company or people that are using this software, they have something different, and they will enjoy it. They will even introduce the company to another client. Then we have operational efficiency. I've said it, whereby the technician will easily go there and resolve it within a tweaking or blinking of an eye. And the scalability, where there is expansion, it will be very easy to do documentation. It's not a manual something you'll be doing this and it takes time. But using this software, FlowSoft, it helps you whenever you want to extend, you want to expand your business, your location. As fiber network expand, documentation will be an even greater asset. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yinka. Let's come to the round of applause with our gestures. Thank you very much, Mr. Yinka. Currently holds the position of General Manager at Cox Brazil. Thank you so much, sir. In the course of this first session, we saw how the transmitting point moved from router to closure box to the terminal box to the ONT. We also saw how fiber splitters function as transformers. We also saw how fiber documentation on FlowSoft. We saw how it works, the entire application, and why we need fiber documentation using FlowSoft for faster troubleshooting, to reduce downtime and improve maintenance. Thank you very much, Mr. Yinka. Please, can we give another round of applause to Mr. Yinka? Thank you very much. Thank you. I would like to welcome Mr. Nelson Bassi.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Akin, and thank you, Esther, for the powerful presentation. So I think my bad. I should have introduced our speaker. So Mr. Akin has a bachelor's in electrical and electronics engineering, and also he is the managing manager at Gox Fiber in Brazil, one of the leading ISPs in Brazil. So when we talk about experiences, he is the ones at the forefront of quality internet in Southern America. So if we have questions, does anyone have questions for this session, or we can pile it up until the end? Any burning questions that we can take right now? I think someone raised their hand. Emema Bong, do you have a question? Hello, can you hear me?
No, we are good. We are good.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, moving on, I want to introduce our speaker, still on the importance of fiber documentation for ISPs and businesses at large. I'm going to introduce Rodrigo. Sylvia, right? And he's going to take on the stage and also take us to the next session. Mr. Rodrigo, are you on the call? Please, if you are, you can share your screen
Yes, yes.
and right. Thank you.
Just give a minute to set up the screen here.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Mr. Rodrigo is also a network specialist in Gox Fiber in Brazil. So again, they'll be sharing with us the benefits and more on documenting your assets, everything on on a software like Flow software, the importance of all of this and the benefits and all of that. Then after his session, we are going to go on to the third session, which is going to be the hands-on, where we're going to demo how you can actually do the things that we've mentioned on a tool, right? And how you can map out your entire network, starting from scratch or maybe adding to an existing network. So let's stay tuned for that. Mr. Rodrigo, please over to you.
Okay, guys, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, okay. So just a little moment. Let me. Okay, let's do it. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Rodrigo Miguel, and I'm store manager at Gox Connect Brazil. I have 4 years of experience in this dynamic and challenging market. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that might sound technical, but has a direct impact on your budget, operational efficiency, and the growth of any fiber network operation. The strategic importance of fiber documentation. So, um, many telecom companies, especially ISPs, internet service providers, going through rapid growth, see the network only as a physical infrastructure, cables, boxes, poles. But what I want to discuss with all of you is this: the network must be seen as a management asset, as like any asset, it needs to be controlled, organized, and made profitable. None of this is possible without proper, up-to-date, and smart documentation. In recent years, the demand for connectivity has increased very, very high. We're talking residential broadband, 5G, edge computing, IoT. It all runs through fiber. And the more the network grows, the harder it becomes to manage without organization. Without clear, reliable, and current documentation, the network becomes a black box full of surprises. Do you know where exactly are all your boxes, splitters, and fibers today? If you don't, maybe this can cost you more than you think. And in the next slides, I will show you why. Let's get straight to the point. Documented networks save money, less time spent finding broken points, fewer mistakes during customer activations, less rework caused by blind connections. I will give you an example. At Gox, we reduced the time to identify problems by 100%. Before we were a reactive team. We waited for the client to report the issue and then manually start the troubleshooting. Today, with monitoring tools and the proper documentation, we can then identify issues within minutes and immediately dispatch a team to act. The documentation becomes even more important when we deciding whether or not to expand. Whether it's into a urban or rural area or adding a new backbone, what currently you need to know what currently exists to understand where you can expand and where your network can whether your network can handle it. With precise documentation, decision making is much faster. Without documentation, the operation depends on the memory of employees who've been with the company for years. What's the problem with this? Those professionals go on vacation, move to new jobs or new challenges, and all the knowledge go with them. So this is a huge problem. Uh, Documentation shortens onboard time, enables more focused training, and gives autonomy to the technician team. We all know that the time is money, and an employee who ramps up quickly will also deliver value quickly. Uh, Another thing, customer don't care about our technical problems. They just want to solve the issue fast, to want to get a reliable service. Documentation helps to speed up the service activation, enables us to verify feasibility and availability before even close a sale. We can we can uh, we can see if that installation is possible or not in advance. Resolves faults more accurately and keeps our commercial promises. And in today's competitive market, those who deliver quickly and with quality who will win the client. Mm. Finally, I, uh, if you haven't started yet, start small, document a pilot area, choose a neighborhood or city, and measure the benefits. The important thing is to break the inertia. Documenting, documenting fiber network isn't a cost, it's an investment. It's positioning your company to grow with less pain, more efficiency, and much more control. So finally, I want to thank you, my fellow presenters, and especially my boss, partner, and friend, Mr. Adeye, CEO of Gox Connecting Lodifiber, for granting me this valuable opportunity to be the part of this presentation. To resume, it's clear that documenting a fiber network is not just a technical task, it's a strategic decision. It's what allows you to scale, save money, and deliver high quality, more predictable predictable service. So, and now to continue this topic and show you how in practice, I invite you to stay tuned for the next presentation, which will provide a hands-on guide to fiber mapping and ONT documentation with valuable tips straight from the field. Please, guys, welcome Nelson Bassi, CTO of FlowSoft, with a hands-on guide to fiber mapping and ONT documentation. Guys, thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rodrigo. Thank you very, very much. That was powerful one, powerful one. You will all agree with me that in the world today, internet is like a network, as Mr. Rodrigo said, needs to be seen as a money-making asset. And FlowSoft can help you manage your ISP and also help you stop losses. And also, documentation is a strategic decision, not just documentation. Documenting on FlowSoft is a strategic decision. Thank you very much, Mr. Rodrigo, for this power-packed session. I would like to welcome CTO, my CTO, FlowSoft, Nelson Batson.
Thank you, Esther, and thank you, Mr. Rodrigo, for that very insightful presentation. I think, I don't know about you, but the biggest thing I got from there is that, like, do not make you should not let your network to be a black box, right? Like, you have a network, but you know what's going on. And it's also basically, you don't let it be like non-scalable. If an employee leaves, you cannot pass on that knowledge into the next to basically effectively run your company, right? So that's the biggest thing that I got from there. So thank you, Mr. Rodrigo. So moving on, we are getting to the actual hands-on session where we are going to see what we can actually put this into practice, right? How do you start by planning your project to basically having visibility on everything? So let's just get straight to it. I'm going to share my screen and then we can get started. And please give me thumbs up if you can see my screen. Great. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, so if we have questions during the session, please keep it and then we'll take it immediately after the hands-on. And so let's try doing this to maybe reduce on the time of the session. So this is what it looks like to see your network visually, right? Of course, cables are under the ground on the poles, right? But it adds so much value if you can know your network layout, your network path, right? Having visibility on where your network is what you see with FlowMap, right? Whenever you open a particular project and then you basically have visibility into it. So, and with FlowSoft, you can do a lot more than just seeing your cable network, right? And you can also on the left have control of what you want to see, right? For example, if you just want to know the cable path and all of that, you can do this. But you can go ahead and say, I want to know where all of my boxes are, my terminal boxes are, right? And you can also, on the left here, select, we have a visibility control section that shows you all the assets that you have on your GIS, which is FlowMap, and then it helps you select on and off what you want to see on the screen, right? And we also have the section where you can export your layouts into KML or GeoJSON. So you can maybe want to do a lot more analysis on tools like Google Earth. You can do that. And then we're also going to talk about how you can incorporate this with downtime, right? And into bulk notification as well. So going back to the visibility control, here you can say, oh, I also want to see other assets on my network. So I'm going to activate the boxes, right? And automatically I get to see where all my terminal boxes are on the screen as well, right? And each coordinate zooming in and out to know exactly where they are. So this is for an existing network, for example. You can also say, I want to see, like you can also get visibility even up to all the clients that are connected and where they are. So if you can see my icon here hovering on the green icon here, so green is telling you, of course, the online clients. So if you click on that, the system automatically brings into the GIS as well all of your connected clients, right? And basically where they are. Zooming into one, you can click on one of them to see the SN of the clients, which you can then use this to basically map on the admin section to see which client this is, right? So zooming out a bit, in addition to all of that, you can also at a glance see offline devices. So I also activated the red dots and it brings to us all the clients currently offline at the same time, right? So this is what we call the complete bird eye view of FlowMap, right? Where if you activate all of this at a glance, you can know what's happening in your network, right? You can see your layouts, you know your online clients, your offline clients. And interestingly, it can give you quicker insight, like Mr. Akin said, on how to troubleshoot, let's say, a downtime, right? We all know that if there is a downtime in a particular area, all the clients in that area are going to be down, right? So if there's a downtime in this area, you're going to see all the clients here red, and that gives you a starting point, right? As opposed to saying, oh, let's send all the technicians to the field with the OTDRs to start sending in lights to see where the cut is. You can have starting points. You can imagine like a large project like this, you're not going to know where to start from, right? But this gives you, let's say, 3 or 4 core places to start from, because it shows you where there is a complete total blackout with all reds. So that is how you can use this to draw insight on how you can easily troubleshoot downtime. And then it can even do more than that, meaning that, let me remove all the online clients. Let's imagine that that all of this area here are all down, right? And all the clients here are down. With FlowMap, you can even do something interesting here, where I was saying on the control section, you can say, okay, I am going to, maybe after identifying that there's actually a downtime here, right? Then you can register this area as a downtime area. And then on the system, you can then send a bulk email notifications to all of your clients saying that we have a downtime here, just to be proactive, just also like Mr. Akin mentioned, proactive customer support. And to do that, I'm going to quickly show us a demo of that before we can go into how we can actually draw and lay out the cable network. So to do that, you come to the mode here. On FlowSoft, we have different modes, the view, the draw, and the edit, right? So if we want to draw a new downtime area, so you choose the draw on the mode here, right? You come here and say, I want to register a downtime area. You click on it, and then you can basically map out the area that is basically having the downtime. We're going to do a demo right now. Right. And you map out this area and it's all highlighted in red. And what you can do from here is you can then basically, let me share this tab. And then on the admin section, which is not the main purpose of this webinar, but I'm just going to show us anywhere. On the admin section, you can basically select the particular downtime you registered, and then you just say send notifications, and you click go. So that is basically how the in-map communicates with the actual system, and then you can send notifications to clients. So it's an end-to-end system, not just having visibility. It links into your daily operations. How do you instantly notify clients when they are down? How do you instantly troubleshoot, right? So moving from there, the next thing I want to mention as an advantage is sometimes, let's say your sales team, right? You want to know where exactly there is coverage. I'm going to show us how we have linked an AI model that can help you do that. But one way you can also do that is to just quickly maybe search here, right? Do a quick search, and then it gives you, it takes to the place where there is coverage. Then you, okay, let me basically leave the draw mode because I'm still drawing. I'm going to go back to the view mode, right? And close this, and I'm going to refresh. So I'm trying to refresh so that we get over the drawing mode, so I can show us how this can help the customer support team in even basically doing things like sales and knowing exactly where there is a coverage in your area. I think my connection is slightly slow right now. Give it a minute while it loads. Right. So with this, I was going to say you can easily just search, and it takes you to the location where it is. And also, one thing you can also do, you can say, oh, I want to actually see the actual location. So you can bring in the labels of the addresses, and then it gives you the actual insights where the roads are and all of that, right? So I'm going to take that out just for this sake. And then let's imagine that we want to draw out a new network, right? So I'm going to just take us to a brand new space, for example. Right. So let's say we want to map out this area. We have a new project. We want to basically have coverage around here, right? So the first thing you have to do is obviously start drawing out your cable network. So that on FlowSoft, there are different ways you can do this. You can either import an existing KML file and everything will automatically be drawn for you. Or you can decide to say, okay, I think it's worth it for me to have this one-time effort where I draw out and plan my network so that I can basically have all the benefits that the other speakers have spoken about. So in that case, you have to come to the draw mode here, right? And then you basically, let's say, want to just map out this. So you want to map out this block of area here, right? You choose your cables. I'm going to say I'm picking, let's say, a 12-core cable, and then you basically just map out where your cable network is, right? So I'm just going to maybe go here, 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 and here, right? And then that automatically is how easily you can map out a network. And you can imagine that this is where your POP is, right? And you can use that as your output of the fiber, right? So then this is basically, so this gives you in the back end, it gives you the meters, right? So you can know, okay, if it's a new project, you can know how many kilometers or meters of cables I need for this particular layout. And then in following up from there, you can say, okay, fine, I want to place a box at this point here, right? I'm not going to save this because it's for demo purposes. So, and then you place the box there, and then you can also say, I want to maybe plant a pole you pick a pole and then you say, I want to plant the pole here, right? And that's how you basically slowly build your network on FlowMap. And that is pretty much how easy it is, right? And then with this, you can even all the way to knowing, you can, in your cables, you can know what kind of cables you're using. We have the different types, I think the ABNT and the American type cables with the different color coding, right? And then you can even go all the way down to know what color to color mappings you have, right? Because that's just like Mr. Akin said, that visibility is very important for future work, for maintenance, and for scalability. Right. So the next thing I want to show us is how we have also integrated this with a powered AI system. So give me a minute while I share a different page for that. All right, let me know if you can see this other screen. Thumbs up, okay, great. So here is, I'm going to briefly walk us through what this platform is. So here is our billing portal, right? The customer facing end. Imagine as an ISP, you have a portal where your customers, of course, log in and payments and video usage and everything. And I'm going to just walk us through the relevant parts to the fiber documentation part, right? So like, let's see a scenario where a new customer, right, is trying to, let me zoom out. A new customer is, let's say they're trying to relocate, right? And they want to quickly ask, oh, if you have coverage, their new address, right? Typically, they would either have to maybe call your support staff, or I don't know, different companies have different processes, but they have to reach out to the company and find the coverage. But with FlowSoft, with its native integration, there is a native AI chat that uses the large language model, and it can help you with such stuff like that. So I am going to, I was already chatting with the AI, but let's refresh and have a new, like a brand new session, right? So I'm going to, okay, not the call. You can also talk to the AI if you want to call them, but I want to demo the chat in this particular session. So imagine I'm a client, right? I want to, of course, know about coverage in my new relocation. So I'm telling the AI, hello, and of course, it's responding to me, asking for my identification, right? So there I can provide, it's asking for my contract ID, which I can easily see on my portal here. So I'm just going to copy this ID here, open the chat again, and say my ID is that, and I paste it, right? So now it should be able to fetch my ID. And then it's actually even going on to tell me, oh, that my current account is inactive, right? Which you can also see that I'm also inactive and offline here. Asking me how it can access me today. So I'm saying I'm planning on relocating. I cannot spell again. Relocating. I want to know if you have coverage in my new area, right? It's asking me for my details, the address where I want to relocate to. I'm saying, fine. I'm going to say 13 Williams Estate, Ikeja, Lagos. I obviously know that this ISP has coverage in this area. So we are expecting the AI to tell us that there is coverage in this area, right? And then we're also going to, oh, great news, we have coverage at this estate, right? You should be able to enjoy our services. That's very good, right? And then I'm going to ask, how about 14 GRA Ikotepende, Akwa Ibom. Obviously, I know that there is no coverage in this area, right? So it should say that there's no coverage because this ISP is not supporting Aquibum, right? So with these integrations, we are basically saying that with your fiber documentation, it shouldn't just stop there, right? It should not just be a black box where, first of all, I don't know where my assets are, to a point where you have visibility on all of your assets, your network, your boxes, your splitters and everything, your poles even. And in addition to that, you can give your clients real-time support, right? With using the same network, using the same data, linking from your customer support to your NOC team and to your customers even in one particular system. And that would bring me to the end of the hands-on session. And I think we can take questions at this point.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nelson. Can we use our clapping gestures? Did we see that AI in performance? Oh my God. I think FlowSoft AI is the new cool for ISPs. The accuracy, everything was top notch. I am wowed. So we'll be taking questions now. We have Luli Fiber. Yes, sir, please. Thank you. Or did he leave the meeting? Okay, so now we'll be taking questions. Remember, we're supposed to make this a very interactive session. I mean, we've been learning from the first session with Mr. Akin, where he took us through the movement of the transmitting point. We learned how fiber splitters function as transformers. We learned everything that we need to know in regards to documentation for fast troubleshooting, reducing downtime, and improved maintenance. And also, Mr. Rodrigo, we learned how our network must be seen as money asset. We also learned he mentioned how our network is not supposed to be a black box, how we should be able to move information from one employee to the next. So we will be taking questions. We also learned how FlowSoft gives room for expansion. And during the hands-on session, we saw the FlowMap in full action, where we saw the online clients, offline clients, everything happening in real time, information moving from customer service to the NOC to engineers. And that is just amazing. You agree with me, right? Can we give a round of applause and prepare our questions for all of our speakers? It's been a great, 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 great session. The accuracy, everything with the AI, the FlowSoft chat agent, really, really amazing. Do we have questions? We have lots of ISPs here. We have iConnect, we have CedarView. Do we have questions? We have VDT. We're taking questions now. If you need clarity on anything, we have the speakers here. You need clarity? Or should we go ahead? If we're moving on, let's have a thumbs up. Okay, are we moving on? Okay, all right. Thank you very much, everyone. It's been so great having everyone, all of the representatives of these different ISPs. So we are going to take our sponsor break now. I'm going to walk us through FlowSoft and the problems that FlowSoft will be solving for you as an ISP. It's going to help reduce customer churn. inefficient and costly operations like Mr. Rodrigo mentioned, and also unhappy customers. We all saw the AI live giving accurate information, and also these solutions we're going for the C. We have solutions for CRM, for HR, for networking, 24 hours AI support. We have fiber documentation as well, where you can see everything going on in your ISP at a glance. You can see pending service order. We can see the contracts, the device that are connected. We have the green showing devices that are connected, device attenuation. You can also see your total bandwidth for the month as well as total payment. Now, this actually helps you keep track with your ISP. You can see your signal stats. You can see everything at a glance. You can provision ONTs with just 2 clicks without any stress at all. Everything with FlowSoft is automatic. And we have our powerhouse FlowMap that gives you results in real time. I feel like FlowMap gives you every downtime in real time. And also you can see all of the devices that are connected from the end user billing platform and our live agent. Thank you very much. Still me here, Esther Okonita, your host. And I would still, okay, so we are going to be running games right now. And just to ease up ourselves. Are we ready? Can we have a thumbs up if we're ready for this game? I mean, it's about to be fun. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Who is ready? Who else is ready? Are we ready? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, so the first 3 persons or representatives from these different ISPs that we have here to type their contact number on the chat box will be getting a surprise from FlowSoft. So we're going first 3 persons, first 3 contacts we're seeing on the chat box. So there's, Timmy James, number 1. That was fast. Going. We're having our winners. We're having our winners already. Oh, great. So we have our winners. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You'll be receiving your gifts. At the end of this webinar, we have something very, very huge for you. Thank you for participating. Mr. Timmy James, Lily Fiber, Olaoluwa Ibukun. These are our winners. Can we give them a clap? Let's be excited. Thank you very much.
Our second game, which we are expecting a bit more. Wait, give me a minute. Yeah, our second game is going to be just a question, right? Let's see how we know our like GPON or fiber topics, right? So just a quick question. Anyone can answer. I think the first person to get it right on the chat would also win a big surprise from us. And the question is, between your signal quality, like the DBM, and also your bit error rate test, which one is the most important signal you need for your network quality? ISPs in the team. Between your signal strength, your DBM, and your bit error rate test, which is the most important testing you need for your line quality or for your network quality. So please drop your answers on the chat, and then we will also pick the, okay, DBM is more important, says Mr. Rodrigo. And okay, let me just paste the question on the chat so that we can, oh, please, people, let's not use ChatGPT, okay? Let's just answer this on ourselves. DR and DBM, which is the most important metrics for a good signal quality? Right, so that's the question. Okay, bit error rate says comfort. So yeah, please just keep sending your answers, and then we would choose the winner at the end, and also, of course, reach out to them with our big surprise. So we are gonna now move on to the next session, right? Which we have our last but very important speaker, Mr. Matthews, who is going to walk us through now some more networking conversations, right? So again, Mr. Matthews is also a network engineer in an ISP in Brazil, right? He's going to talk to us about network configuration and what is the future for AI in it, right? So Mr. Matthews, over to you, please. Please drum roll while he comes on board.
Good morning, everybody. I'm so happy to be here and have so many faces that I don't see so many times. I'm Matthew. My name is Matheus Ferreira, but everybody call me Matthew. And I'm network engineer from Rolly Fiber and GOX and so more than 200 another ISP. So I have a baggage of knowledge about ISP and network configuration, network scalability, and so on. So I'm very glad to be here to talk a little bit to you. Let me share my screen. 1 minute. Okay. Network configuration and scalability. Let's talk about network configuration and what mean. Network scalability refers to a network ability to handle increasing traffic. Or what mean? How many growing the ISP is going on? Better to all. But your equipment have sufficient CPU, have sufficient ports with gigabyte ports to support all increasing of traffic, have sufficient CPU to deal a good internet quality, and this is the point of question right here. What mean scalability is make a network good right now to serve all clients without problem, and thinking about the future in you growing up when you will grow. It's okay. And Uh, Effective network configuration is crucial for achieving scalability, enabling organizations to adapt to evolve needs and growth without disruptive overhauls. Nice. So to talk about network configuration and scalability, we need to understand that each scenario requires accurate assessment of need, of cost, and benefit. So I can't I can't put all ISP that are served on same equipment because all network have a peculiarity. It's have different things that another don't have. So each equipment will have strengths and weaknesses, and they need to be explored efficiently to avoid unnecessary costs or poorly dimensioned equipment. Uh, right? What mean scalability? Refers to a system, process, or organization's ability to grow, adapt, or expand efficiently as the demand or workload increase. In technology, for example, it can mean a computer system or software can handle greater amounts of data or users without compromising performance or quality. And right here, we have the two types of scalability. We have a vertical scalability and horizontal scalability. The vertical, it's like we have an equipment and we increase the capacity by upgrading existing resource, like adding more powerful hardware. And we have horizontal scalability. What mean horizontal is expanding capacity by adding more units such as servers in a network or team members in a project. We have, uh, like I said before, weaknesses points and strength points of each point of vertical or horizontal. So let me talk about a little bit more about vertical. Vertical refers to increase a system capacity by enhancing existing components. It's all about boosting the performance of individual device or systems to handle a greater workload or demand. Like what? Upgrading hardware, improving software, expanding connectivity, utilizing advanced protocols. Like an example, when we use just layer 2 in a network, we have weaknesses of layer 2. But to upgrade this thing, we can use another protocol. We can upgrade the use advanced protocol like MPLS to improve the capacity of the network to be fluid, to be liquid, to be reliable. When a port goes down, another port will do all the service without any command and so on, because the network have no more VLANs passing through. It's just transport, it's just VPN and so on. So what the strength point of vertical? We have more loss cost. What mean? It's not so expensive like horizontal. So when I upgrade a hardware, commonly have no cost or low costs when I make a upgrading equipment and so and something like that. And improve software, the same thing. installing more efficient network management tools, or optimizing configurations. Optimizing configurations is so important. It's so important. Sometimes we have equipment that is oversized to the local, but he can't deal with the traffic because we have so many configurations that we don't use. This equipment, it's with a load, full load without reason, making things that don't need in really. So vertical scalability is this. Horizontal. Horizontal scalability is the ability to expand systems capacity by adding more machines or nodes rather than upgrading the existing ones. This approach is essential for handling increasing workloads and ensuring efficient performance in large-scale networks. And the horizontal scalability, we have some things that that we can do it to sorry that we can do it to make horizontal. Load balance. What mean? It's distribute traffic across multiple servers to prevent overload and optimize resource utilization. We have uh, one equipment that do all service, and we take another equipment to make the same thing, all service. But right now we have the distribution of load, right? We have redundancy and high availability. So what is? Adding more nodes ensures fault tolerance and minimize the risk of downtime. It's the same idea. We have one equipment and we put another equipment to do the same thing. But right now, this equipment is just standby. If the first one goes down, the second one will be up, will assume all load. And we have distributed systems are often designed with distributed architectures, allowing parallel processing and better resilience. It's the same thing. We have two equipments doing the same thing, but right now processing better with uh, high availability, high resilience, high reliable, and so on. And we have the last one that, in my opinion, is the better to servers. Cloud-based. What mean? Cloud-based enables dynamic resource allocation, adapting to fluctuating demands seamlessly. What does mean? If I have a service running in my server, I need that this server have some load of CPU, some load of memory and energy, and so on. We have so many costs when you do it by ourselves. When we have locally on our side, our site, our equipment, we are responsible to make this reliable availability and so on. So energy, costs, upgrading, we need to make account. So when we use cloud-based, it's another world. What does mean? All things are managed by one click. If I want one upgrade, I just talk to him. I just access the site. I access the site of uh, AWS as an example, and upgrade the equipment. I want more CPU. I want more memory, and I don't have to deal with energy problems, issues, or high costs about upgrading CPU or someone. Did you get it, guys? So far, so good. Right here, we have when an equipment. Oh, good. So here we have an equipment. We have MikroTik CCR 1033, 36. And we have this equipment. It's so good. Have do all that we imagine. Make NATs, make PNG, make BGP, all service that ISP need and more than he need. Right here, we have an example with this MikroTik. We have a link, 10 gigabyte, in a port of 10 gigabyte. We have Proxmox and servers running like Zabbix, like the FlowSoft internally as an example. We have all clients on OLT, and we have one equipment to do everything. So he do BGP, CGNAT, PNG. So all services is in one equipment. So when this equipment, the CCR, have only two port of 10 gigabyte to 10 gigabyte. Sorry. How we see right here, this two port, it's using. We don't have more 10 gigabyte. If we need to put more one OLT right here, we can't put in 10 gigabytes. So we don't have, it's not ideal. We need to do something to upgrade this scenario. So we can do one thing. We can do horizontal scalability. Now we have one equipment, but right now we have another equipment that support 10 gigabyte, and we have one equipment that if we want can put another port in 1 gigabyte and make bonding. We have the what's as ACA LACP is aggregate to ports right here. Now we have distributed equipments to do the same thing, but it's one equipment to do only one thing. The PNG is responsible to authenticate all clients right now. So we have we have another equipment that we can use. Like I like so much this equipment. NE 8000, M8 or F1A, F1A or M4. It's all great equipment. This equipment to me, it's the best equipment to make upgrade and scalability over MikroTik. So what they support 32,000 of clients. It's so much clients. Memory of 4 million roots in FIB. This means that we can have the BGP with a full route. Ports can be upgraded. It's modular equipment. So I can buy a slot with 10 ports of 10 gigabytes. So we already have 10 ports of 10 gigabytes by default. So if we use all of them, we can buy another slot with more. This equipment is modular, means the scalability is programmed. I can't hand. And we have something more special, in my opinion, that is can be virtualized. What does mean? This machine can be virtualized, can have another equipment inside hand. We have one physical equipment, but we can have two virtualized systems, like independently, like VS, virtual system. Virtual system technology allow a single physical device to be virtualized into multiple logical devices, now as VS. Each VS operates independently, processing service as if it were a separate physical device. What the what the benefits? Control, management, and forward plane virtualization. The control plane, each VS runs its own control plane. What means that I can have two BGP separated, or one BGP and one BNG separated uh, control plane, management plane. The VS have independent configurations, allowing different administrators to manage them. So all VS is exactly like one different equipment. Forwarding plane is the same thing of control plane. It's isolation traffic. We have is isolation traffic. Each VS have your own routing protocol, your own rules. So, in my opinion, this to one equipment in growing, increasing traffic, increasing the quantity of clients is the best scenario cost benefit. Right here, we have the same thing. We have the 10 gigabyte link of Loli Fiber that get in a switch. Commonly, I use 6730, but we can use Nexus 2. We can use Datacon, Datacon. We can use CRS. It's a switch of MikroTik, and so on. I commonly use 6730 because we have MPLS of them, and the quantity of port is so good. We have a cost benefit so good. So we have the same scenario right here, but with different things. The Proxmox can use uh, in LACP. We have 10 gigabytes to LT. We have 10 gigabytes to one MikroTik. I like so much MikroTik to do management, like management of OLT, because with MikroTik I can do everything. I can do NAT, I can do masquerade, I can do uh, translate, I can do everything. In when I put a switch in the network, I make more reliable, because if the BNG goes down, I can just take all VLANs of this OLT and put to MikroTik and put them to authenticate clients again. So imagine this scenario. We have the NE 8000 virtualized in two boxes, the VS BGP and the VS BNG. The BNG make authentication of clients, and the BGP have session to Luli. And this, in my opinion, is the ideal scenario. And we have 32,000 of capacity to grow clients, and so on. It's okay. But what is the conclusion? This entire description needs to be studied by an experienced analyst to recommend the best equipment or type of upgrade, as each network has its own peculiarities. Structure network a network thinking about the present and preparing for the future is a function of a good network manager, and FlowSoft is prepared to accompany the growth of the equipment and be used as an ERP system by any provider of any size. What means the FlowSoft, it doesn't matter if you are have uh, 50 clients or 32,000 clients. The FlowSoft will accompany your growth. And if you use cloud based, you can just upgrade, increase the CPU, increase the memory, the RAM memory, and so on. The thus allowing the server that provides the service to be evolved through vertical scalability. So is this what I want to show you guys is to how how we need to think about our future and how is the type of upgrading, how I can do that. I show you some types of equipment that commonly we use, like MikroTik, and equipment that I want, like I like it to upgrade the MikroTik is Huawei. And if you have some one question or something like this, we can say right here, right now. Everything's fine.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Matthews Nettles. Thank you for this powerful session. Can we give a round of applause through the gesture? Thank you very much. Through this session, we have seen that FlowSoft is the future for all ISPs. We learned the vertical scalability as well as the horizontal scalability. Thank you very much. And we'll be taking questions. Do we have any question for Mr. Machineto? Any question? Questions,
Oh,
please.
I'm network consultant, and I will send my number if you want to talk with me to make consulting. I'm open it to it. Right?
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Matthews. So you can drop your contact with Mr. Nelson, that's it. And if we need it, if any ISP is in need of that, you can contact Mr. Nelson. Thank you very much. We're taking questions now. If we don't have any questions, can we give a thumbs up so we'll move on? Are we moving on? No questions? Great. Thank you, Bong. Thank you very much. So this is the question and answer segment, but we have lots of thumbs up. That means we are moving on. First, before I thank everyone for joining, I would like to call on Mr. Nelson to pick our winners for the game. So we had some persons, the first three persons that wrote down their contact number as well as the question you asked. We would like to know the correct answer so we know our winners. Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Esther, and thank you so much, Matthews, for that also very insightful presentation. on how to scale our networks. And we have winners in the group here. And the first winners are the first question is the first three winners are automatically the winners because they are the people that basically shared their details. So we have Timmy James, Luli Fiber. I was going to say we're not going to give Luli Fiber because, but it's fine. Luli Fiber and Ibokun. So they are automatically top winners for the first Fast Finger games. And then for the second game we had, which was a question between BER and DBM, which is the most important metrics for signal quality. And the winner is Comfort. She's the first person that mentioned that they beat error rates. So Comfort is automatically our winner for this session, or for this particular game.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Can we celebrate our winners in the house? Oh, this is great, great, great. Let's celebrate our winners. We're going to be contacting you after this webinar to give you your big, 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 big surprise. Thank you very, very much. As we close the curtain to this webinar, I would like to first tell all participants and attendees of this webinar to please follow us on our social media platform. It is pinned on the chat. Please follow us. Let's get the follow coming. We have our Instagram, our YouTube, and our Facebook. It is pinned to the chat. You can check all of the icons on the left-hand side. You're going to see the chat box. Please follow us on all of our social media platforms so you can get first-hand information of all of our latest modules and everything we have in stock for you at FlowSoft. Thank you very, very much. I would like to thank every company that is represented here. Thank you very much, High Connect. Thank you very much, DDT. Thank you, Set That View. Thank you very, very much, Astromix. Thank you for coming, and all of the representatives, all of our engineers, our NOC managers, NOC team. Thank you very much for joining us for this insightful webinar. I learned a lot, and I know you did too. We had a full powerhouse of expert speakers lined up for this webinar. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank our speakers, Mr. Akin. Thank you very much. It was very, very powerful, very wonderful session we had with you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Rodrigo. Thank you very much for teaching us how to make sure that our ISPs will be making profits. Thank you very, very much. It's a delight to have you, and hopefully we'll see you in many more webinars to come. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Macho Neto, for that very wonderful session. Thank you for teaching us everything we needed to know about configuration, and thank you for dropping your contact on the chat box. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank every CEO present here, every CTO present. Thank you very much. And also thank you, Mr. Nelson Bassi, the co-founder and CTO FlowSoft. Thank you for that very insightful session. It was wonderful seeing that FlowMap can give us information of every downtime in real time. Thank you very much. Can we give our clapping gestures? Still standing on every existing protocol as we draw close. Thank you for joining us We're excited, and we are really, really excited to have had you on this call. Thank you for all of your insights. And if you have questions, you have our email address. You can email us. If you want to book a demo session, of course, you can also email us with our email address. Thank you very much for joining, Tim. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your Bye. See you later next time.
Thank you for attention, guys. Goodbye. Good morning to all of us. The business developer, and I work with FlowSoft. And I would like to mention